Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk to you about the biggest problem I see in gaming, and we're going to just jump straight into it. The video won't be too long. I also want to hear your opinions in the comments, so let me know down below what you think. And also, I do have a second channel, and I would appreciate your support on that one. So if you haven't already, there's a link in the description. Head over there, subscribe. I upload a video every single day, and that's more the gaming sort of stuff, rather than the odd topic here and there. That's more the gameplay side of things. So the biggest problem in gaming is, in my opinion, the higher-ups, the CEOs, the investors, even the people that lead certain development teams. So I've actually responded to a tweet recently because someone was in a conversation on Twitter and they said, "I am the dev team." And I said, well, that's a little bit like belittling to the rest of your team to say you are the dev team. But that's the thought process of a lot of these people that lead. I don't know, say there's content designers, so they pick game modes and everything, and they do whatever they do. You'd have the content lead, and they just seem to think that the game has to be their vision, the modes have to be approved through them, and if they don't like the sound of it, it doesn't happen. And you've seen a lot of like producers and directors and stuff come in and out of the studios, and they sit there saying to the developers like, no, this is not what I vision for the game. They think it's all about them. They don't care about the developers and the work they have to put into it. They don't care about the community and what the gamers actually want in the game. They just see a story and they run with it. That's been a big problem for Ubisoft and Skull and Bones. They've gone through several different higher ups, and they've come in and said, this is how I want the game to be. So the developers have had to sit there and make stuff to make these people happy. And then they quit their job or they get fired, someone else comes in and that person says, no, this is how I see the game, you're going to make this. So the devs have to rework everything they've created. And I always say there's no passion in AAA projects anymore, and it's not that there's not any passion, it's that there's not enough time for these developers to make their games. If you take a look at Cyberpunk, look at Battlefield 2042, there's so many games out there, they're all big titles. And whether it's due to being around Christmas time, so the higher-ups want the game out to make all that holiday money, or just different reasons within the higher-ups being in charge, they rush these developers, like at BioWare. The developers of BioWare for Anthem, they didn't even know what they were making until like an E3 presentation, I don't know, like a year and a half, 2 years before the game released. The companies behind Anthem claimed that the game was in development for 7 years. However, it was 5 years of pre-production, so they were thinking of ideas for it. 5 years of that, and then about 2 years of development itself. And every time they had the head of EA going round and checking out stuff, they had to take flying out of the game, they put flying in the game, they kept going back and forth. And it's because someone sees a vision, then they get replaced, and there's another vision, and things change in development, and then they have these very strict schedules. If the investors say we want this game released by November 15th, the developers have to go through crunch and everything just to get games out. So even if they're broken, like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I know it is Ubisoft, EA, the biggest companies that we're talking about here, but in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the teams knew there were game-breaking bugs in there. They just didn't have enough time to fix them all, so they had to release the game in line with a movie or TV series or whatever was starting around the time of the release of Jedi Fallen Order. So these developers are pushed and pushed, and I know in lots and lots of videos I've said, oh, these devs are idiots, or something like that. I've called out the developers, and I know that a lot of the time it's not the developers. It's just when I say devs, it could mean anyone within a studio that creates games. I don't specify anywhere near as much, but the people that sit there and develop games, a lot of them do want to just make entertaining, fun things for players, but they just don't have the time, they don't have the resources, and all that sort of stuff. So I feel the biggest problem in gaming is the people that are higher up. They just have so much control over projects, and they don't give people enough time to make what needs to be made. So these games come out half-assed and rushed, and they're not fun to play. They're broken in lots of different areas. But as I said, video not too long. We're going to wrap it up there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.